Okay, Space Marines, we are back, and we've got loads of information to go over today. People have got some concerns with regards to the console performance, and the devs have now responded. On top of that, people are saying that this might be a little bit of an overhype situation. We'll have to see exactly how it works. Some customization restrictions, and we are going to talk about the main communications of things. It's going to be absolutely insane, and I cannot wait to bring this to your faces. So, if you haven't already, smash the beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. And we're going to be giving away a copy of the game on launch day, so if you guys want to get your hands on that, it is extremely simple. Get down into the comment section and pop a green love heart in the comments for the Dark Angels announcement. It's damn exciting to see them come in, even if it's not straight from launch. But a green heart in the comment section will enter you in, and we'll announce the winner of the giveaway on launch day via the Discord in the description, so make sure you stay tuned to that one. With that being said, let's see what we've got happening inside of the game right now. So a lot of people are a little bit unsure about the console performance inside of the game, and they've now finally put up some posts and stuff stating, after the latest tweet, I'm losing confidence in a 60 frames per second console mode. Why would they say we will communicate on console performance if the performance was fine? Fine meaning a smooth 60. I really hate to doom, but the vast majority of people purchasing this game will be on console players. It lives or dies based on the experience playing it. And actually, the Focus Entertainment, so the development team behind it, have actually posted up with regards to it, saying that they'll communicate on console specs in our community update that will release this week. So it will be coming up before launch, so if you are playing on console, you've got some worries, do make sure just to hold out for a little bit. Maybe it may hit your expectation, maybe it won't, we'll have to wait and see. But according to latest reviewers who are playing the game currently, everybody is getting a little bit worried over no reason. So it seems to be that it's going to be okay. For right now, what we've got is that they're definitely going to announce something with regards to it this week and how the performance is going to work on console, as we know that it's been a little bit sketchy up until this point. So fingers crossed everything is good. But again, people are trying to tone down the hype, because realistically, hype does make you stupid. That's just the renowned factor. When it comes to games, you get an overhype of it, you write it up in your head as to way much more than it actually is, and then when you come to it, even though it's a great game, it does an amazing thing, you guys have just had so much hype around it that you have just built it up to something it was never going to be. And this post right here states, tone down your expectations for the new enemy. Overhype can only lead to disappointment, especially in the new enemy aspect. I've already read speculations of orcs, necrons, etc. New enemy does not mean new faction. It's probably about new units, maybe even elites and bosses for existing enemies. If the creators wanted to add a completely new race, they would probably do it as part of a story expansion and after paying for an additional license from GW. Now, this is something that you definitely need to look into. It's just going to be a new unit to fight, not going to be a new faction. So I think that when it comes to all of this sort of stuff, I've been scrolling through Reddit and I've seen so much with regards to the orcs, especially, and a few things with the necrons that you guys are going to be disappointed if that is the new regard of what it is that you're going to expect. It's going to be a new unit, and it's just going to be something that you guys will have to accept on that basis. Another thing as well to clear up some confusion is this right here, saying knob question, but Ultramarines aren't blue, at least the armor. And you can see right here the Ultramarines cosmetic pack show off a load of different variations of what you can actually have, and somebody closed that one off by saying, so those to my knowledge are successor chapters of the Ultramarines. They are successor Ultramarine chapters. The Space Marines are not allowed to have more than 1,000 Marines within their chapters, so when more are created for some of the Genocide, a new successor chapter is created. The Ultramarine are the parent chapter who controls the Genocide to create more Marines. So if that just clears up a few things for you guys who aren't too engrossed in the lore of like the Games Workshop 40k styles of what the Ultramarines actually are, then that kind of hopefully clears some things up. This one right here, though, is an interesting post, and it's gaining a little bit of traction, stating Ultramarines champion armor will be heavy class exclusive. I figured so, but here's confirmation for those who thought otherwise. Now, this is going to be a bit of a difficult one for you guys, because it's going to be a heavy class exclusive, which means to use this, you will obviously have to use the heavier class. But we also had some more insight onto it in a comment underneath it, stating it also can't be customized in any way. A real gut punch launch, since one of my main criticisms of the first game was that the chapter champions have a ton of unique looking armor parts that couldn't be used to customize our custom Marines. Like no swapping armor parts or absolutely nothing. It just seems to be a bit of a nightmare to that regard. I'm not really sure what it's going to mean, but it is just a whole skin, so there is no customization in that one at all. For me, it means that I'm probably not going to use it whatsoever, but again, it's just kind of one of those. I like the customization. Some of you guys may be more engrossed in the lore of it and want it to be as it comes. But yeah, let's see what else it is that is happening. For those people who are wondering as well, there is a lot of talk around the Discord at the moment and wondering whether there is one or not. And there's actually a link that we're going to provide you guys, as you can see right here on this post. They just want to join the community, and I don't blame you. A lot of you guys want to dive on in. So the link to the Discord is going to be down in the description. But also on top of that, we've got a Space Marine sector going up in our Discord today. We've got around 11,000 players in there currently. So if you guys want to jump in with some like-minded gamers and just find some new friends to be able to play the game with come launch day, then feel free to jump on in. But one thing that is kind of a little bit gutting for me, because this actually makes quite a big deal for me. I generally run it on this, but there is no ultra-wide support at launch. Apparently the plan is to add it ASAP, but still it's not going to be there on launch. That is something which I'm really gutted about. I really wanted to play this on an ultra-wide. We do have the Samsung G5, I believe it is, so we run an ultra-wide on this, and I would have loved to have been able to play it, but it is going to be coming within the September Season 1 first update to it, so fingers crossed it's not going to take too long to be able to materialize, but it is something that they're doing quite early on, so it seems like the player base are generally, as an overall, okay with it. Now, we are going to take a look at the top comments from the previous video, but a lot of things that were happening inside of that comment section was actually quite crazy. Helldivers has been released now for around 6 months. For those of you guys who don't know, we did cover that one intensively, and are still covering it on and off at the moment with regards to new galactic updates and stuff, but it's kind of one of those. It's a bit of a nightmare. We've already got a roadmap for this game before the game's even launched, and we know what's happening through now till 2025, and Helldivers still hasn't got anything through it with 6 months in lifespan. It's absolutely bonkers to think that that's even a thing, but nonetheless, let's take a look at what it is that's happening inside the comment section with the top comments inside of the previous video. If you guys want to be featured in the next one, make sure you hit a comment in the comment section. Hopefully it gets bumped up and you can feature in the top comments for the next Space Marine video. But it states right here, if you can make an angry Marine, I'll be happy, which is absolutely hilarious. Adding quote-unquote power chairs would be so damn funny, but I love the idea of it. So fingers crossed, man, fingers crossed. But as well, people are really leaning into the roleplay aspect. I absolutely love what they've started to do with this. As they state right here, my armor is contempt, my shield is disgust, my sword is hatred, in the Emperor's name, let none survive. Now, for me, these sorts of games, I absolutely love the roleplay aspect behind it. The community really get on board with it, and especially our community here on the channel are massively leaning towards that roleplay aspect of being a Space Marine, being a Helldiver, being all of this sort of stuff, and just really running into the game with that aspect. For me, if you guys haven't already, give it a crack, just give it a try, and run into these sorts of games with a bit of a roleplay consensus, mainly because it just makes the game more enjoyable, and it really leans on the imagination concept of what the game can actually provide. So yeah, and then the final video's comment right here is my body is ready, and I had to respond on that one because my body's been ready for this for weeks and weeks, months and months, and I cannot wait for this thing to finally drop. As more and more gameplay releases and more stuff gets showcased, I genuinely can't wait to see what it is that they've done with it. I think there might be a little bit of overhype going on with regards to it because there's not a lot of great games out in the moment with regards to that general consensus of what it is that Space Marine 2 actually brings to the table, but fingers crossed they really do bring it in and they really do hammer it home for the Space Marines out there. If you guys haven't already, make sure you're smashing that like button and subscribe with post notifications turned on. Get involved with our giveaway. It's a simple green love hat in the comment section. It's pretty much a no-brainer. Thank you so much again for watching. Appreciate you all. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the clouds.